What's up, guys? I'm back today with another video, and by the title you're probably like, what is she talking about? Do we need to get somebody? But it's all in the past, and I'm of course gonna change names or just not mention them at all. Won't mention where exactly I worked and all this and that. So let's get into the story time. So of course I had major in June, and this had to be about February, March, whenever this occurred to me. But initially, to give the backstory to the full story, I'll start off by saying whenever on the first day, the very first day, I found out I was pregnant at work because I had a coworker I was really close with. A lot of the older girls would joke around all the time, like, "Oh, you must be on your cycle or whatever, Dora. Da da da. Like, you're acting different." And then I thought to myself, like, wait, I am like 4 days late. And I was like, this is weird. So one of my good friends who I worked with, she was on break, so I hit her up. I was like, hey, can you go by the dollar store and just pick up, 2 pregnancy tests, da da da, because it's like, it'll be real cheap. It'll give me my yes or no, be done with it. So whenever she came, I went right into the restroom in our work area, and then whenever I came out, I was a known pregnant woman. And so word spread fast. People are like, oh yeah, she just found out, blah blah blah. So it's spreading, and then this one coworker comes up to me, and she had whenever she found out, she was expecting sometime like all the way earlier in the year. She maybe around, I don't know how far along she was, but very early in her pregnancy, there was some complications to where she did not end up having her kid. So fast forward to me now, I'm finding out it's spreading like wildfire, but it is what it is. She comes up to me and she was just like, hey, come here. And I'm like, hey, and I'm like happy because I'm thinking, oh, she's about to just congratulate me, and go about her business. But she's just like, if I were you, I wouldn't be telling everybody that, you're having a baby because I lost mine. So I'm just like she, like, in the rudest way, kind of like shut me down and was just like, you don't need to be telling blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay. I was like, I understand, but I was like, I'm not losing my baby, so thank you, but no, that's not gonna happen, because I'm that type of person where I believe your tongue is powerful. I believe you speak things into existence. So automatically I'm already seeing there's one person that's like being negative and thinking negative towards me. I'm like, no, like, leave that thought there. I'm a grown woman. I know what can happen, because I only found out I was 4 weeks pregnant, but like, anyways, I already know what can go on throughout pregnancy, the goods, the bad, the ugly. So if it's my choice to announce that I'm pregnant whenever I feel like it, I'm going to do it, and it's already been done. And then 2, don't sit there and say talking, like, telling everybody. It's spread on its own. I didn't paint it on my head. I didn't wave my pregnancy test around or anything. Like, that's just what happened. So it's me and my boyfriend's choice whether or not we're going to announce it or not, and of course we did. So bump that. And then, like I said, whenever she did tell me, I was like, oh yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not losing my baby, da da da. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. I'm just letting you know, like, let's not even think that way. So now fast forward, like I said, to maybe February, March. What happened? There was a situation where I was downstairs in the area that she worked, and I was just grabbing some supplies that I needed. And I guess I had worked that weekend, but I wasn't really supposed to. And it was something that she needed to get done. And I guess she assumed that it was supposed to be me that was supposed to do it. And as far as I'm concerned, the only person telling me what to do is my boss, and my boss did not direct me to do anything, so I did not do that. But she already was like, she came up to me, and so she was just like, hey, Dora, why didn't you do such and such, because I need this, and like, very rudely. And I was like, what? And I was like, I wasn't even supposed to, like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I wasn't even supposed to be working to do all this, that, and the third. And I was like, I'm gonna just go and ask my boss. So I went upstairs, and I was like, hey, like, why are employees coming up to me yelling at me about this and this to be done? And he was like, what? He was like, okay, let her know that if there's something that's not done and it's supposedly because of my shift, she needs to come and talk to me and not my employee. So I was like, oh, bet, I'm gonna let her know that for sure, because that's the most professional way to put it. She's not my boss. So however she wants it, like, coworker to coworker, if you need to tell me something, go ahead. But if you have that personality where you're gonna come off as rude or try to start stuff, or you're not really having any actual facts to back up what you're trying to say, then you don't need to be trying to play boss. So anyway, she actually was walking by at that same time, and she was walking by with one another, my good friends, and my good friend was actually just helping her out for whatever reason. So keep that in mind. My good friend is helping her out on her shift today. So she is kind of getting the insights from me about what's going on. So anyways, they're walking by, and I was like, hey, such and such, just so you know, Josh said that, if you need something to be done is because of this shift, contact him and not contact us. And she goes, oh my gosh, you were being so rude, and da da da. So I guess she thought that I was snitching on her, but she was like, no, just let it go. I was like, no, I'm not gonna let it go, because I was not being rude. You were being rude. And then so my friend was like, hey, come on, girl, just go in the elevator, like, let's just go ahead and do what we got to do, blah, blah, blah. So my friend was trying to push her away because she knew I was not having that. So I was going to speak my mind, because she knew that girl was wrong. She knew that girl was wrong. So keep on going throughout the day. That coworker, she see me at my station. She pulls me aside. We go into this secluded area, and she's just like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry for how it came out. And in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, well, she realized she was doing too much. Okay, cool. But no, the conversation goes completely left. She was like, oh, you just know that I lost my kid, and I think nearly around this time I should have been expecting my baby or whatever, and I think I'm just like, having emotions. And she's like, and Dora, you're young, but I'm in a relationship. I'm 20 something, I don't know, 20 something years old, and I'm actually married. And she was pretty much saying that, in my eyes, she was like, look, you young, you just got a boyfriend, you not married, like, how come you get to have a baby and I don't? And I'm just, in my head, I'm like, okay, you have some personal issues, like, you really have some personal issues going on. And literally, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, it's just like, no, it does not give you, losing your kid does not give you a reason to have any negativity against anybody else. And the place that I worked, it's a whole bunch of pregnant women walking around at the time. I'm not the only person that's pregnant. You act like I caught a nut and I did it in thinking about you. No. Anybody can catch a nut. You and your husband, keep trying. Don't get mad at everybody else. Keep trying. Do what you have to do to get yourself into good shape and get healthy in order to carry a kid. I was in the best shape of my life whenever I was carrying my son. So back to what she was saying, she was just like, oh yeah, but it's like you, da da da. She goes, well, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. I'm not gonna get in trouble, am I? And I'm like, no, like, I haven't snitched or nothing. And really, keep in mind, once again, keep in mind, she was saying, keep in mind that my friend was working with her the whole day, and keep in mind that she just said, oh, I'm not going to get in trouble, blah, 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 because she thought I knew something, but I did not know it yet. So once again, back to the conversation she was having in the closet. She was like, oh yeah, and I ain't trying to be mean, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what, it's cool, it happens. And I was just like, just keep trying, I'm sorry for what happened to you. And she goes, well, do you remember what you said to me whenever you first found out you were pregnant? You were saying that nothing was gonna happen to your baby. And I go, because that's the truth. Nothing is gonna happen to him. He's gonna be healthy, he's gonna be fine. I am a strong believer, like I just told you guys, about how powerful the tongue is. I'm not gonna think negative at all throughout my pregnancy, period. It is what it is. But she pretty much just tried to squash it. We walked away from that. Later on, I finally get around my friend. I don't know if it was that same day or the next day, but she comes to me and she was just like, Dora, like, that was ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, I know, girl, tell me about it. She goes, look, don't, go back to her, say anything, but I'm just letting you know, like, downstairs she was tripping, like, she, like, really needs some mental help because she was trying to say that she wanted something to happen to your kid. Wait, what? What? Why didn't you tell me then? You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, she just pulled me, aside and tried to talk to me, and she was saying how, oh, she hopes that I'm not going to get in trouble and blah, 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 that she's not going to get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. It's because of this? Because she was down there talking ish? She's like, yeah, she was saying how she wanted something to happen to your kid, and how that you flaunt around and announce to everybody that you're pregnant and all this and that, how you brag about being pregnant. I go, what? Like I just told y'all, anybody can catch a nut. Everybody is having babies nowadays. I did not do that on purpose. And not to be disrespectful to the women who cannot carry kids, but I'm just saying, in that mindset right then and there, between me and her situation, literally I'm pretty sure she can carry a kid if she just, took care of herself and did what she has to do. I don't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. I eat healthy, stuff like that. And there's habits that I knew that she had, you know so however it goes, I still believe that she should keep trying, and I believe that she can have a kid, but it is what it is. Or there's other options. You can always adopt kids, yada yada. You can get a surrogate. There's options out there. So don't tear down me because of your situation that you have going on. I just felt like it was rude and disrespectful to just keep targeting me. And like I said, everybody else is pregnant, so it isn't that hard to catch a nut. I'm not the only one who did it. But back to what I'm saying. Back to what she was saying. She was like, yeah, Dora, just stay away from her. Like, she's tripping. I go, yeah, I definitely will. And literally for the rest of the time that I was working in that area, like, she kind of like was hesitant to talk to me. I guess it's because she was wondering if I knew or not. And literally right after my friend let me know what was going on, I deleted her off social media, because I never did I go to work and was like, hey y'all, I'm pregnant. I don't brag about it. I don't think that's anything special, honestly. Like, I still was trying to process what the hell am I going to do, because I am young. Like, I'm over here thinking of everything that I need to have in order for my kid. I'm not just like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, woo, like, let's throw a party. Like, no, it's a serious topic for me. And like I said, everyone who knows of me, I was a very popular person in this workplace, so they knew of me, they knew what was going on. And two, my family members, they're happy for me. I'm the youngest out of my siblings, so everyone was always posting and stuff about it. I don't know if she was seeing that and thinking that, oh, I'm bragging, or if you write a status and say, oh, I was sick this morning, or I'm craving this must be my kid, blah blah blah. Like, I'm not bragging. I'm doing what normal people do, and just for someone to keep talking ish about me behind my back, and then in person you're like, oh my gosh, how far are you now, and what did you figure out what it is, and ask me, like, don't ask me any questions. Don't ask me no questions, because I know at the end of the day you said you wanted something terrible to happen to my kid, and that's how she was. Like I said, she slowly but surely stopped talking to me, because I guess she was wondering if I knew or not, but she used to always ask me questions. I remember once she came up to me and she was like, hey, I gotta ask you about something, but I'm gonna wait until later. She never asked me, but I'm pretty sure she was wondering why she couldn't see my profile anymore, and she is still blocked to this day. You will never ever see my son. That's how I felt. So I don't know if maybe one day she'll come across this video and see it, but it is what it is. I'm not holding any grudges, but I'm letting you know, I do not want you to see my kid. I want you to seek help and get the proper help that you need. I think that I found out that she actually got fired from the job. I know that they said she had some mental issues, but really, I think that she just needed to get proper counseling over losing her kid and how to heal from that. And just to, like I said, how to take care of herself and take care of her body, and then try again. So that's pretty much the end of that story. It's just, you just don't know who you work around with. You really don't. And that's why sometimes you can't have your business out there, or be careful who you tell your business to, or whoever is around and listening, especially whenever you work in the type of environment that I was working in at the time, how things just spread so fast. Not everybody is happy for you, especially people that are in your face all the time asking, oh, how's about this, and how about that, and blah, 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 blah. Stop answering them. If you feel uncomfortable answering them, just be like, oh, I don't feel like talking. Don't. People want to have your information for the wrong reasons. They be the main ones. Turn behind your back and have a voodoo doll of you and be poking pins and stuff in it. But that's all that I have. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, guys.